Tourism in Las Vegas is a multi-billion-dollar business. Last year, the economic impact was at a record high, more than $87 billion. This year, things are different.
We're seeing double-digit drops in Vegas in particular, and I think that's going to be the story of international tourism in 2025 and going into 2026.
What if I told you that right now, millions of Vegas regulars are secretly planning their final trip to Sin City? Not to gamble, but to say goodbye? The city that once promised cheap thrills and endless possibilities has morphed into a corporate cash grab, so shameless that even die-hard fans are walking away. But here's what Las Vegas doesn't want you to know. People aren't just complaining anymore. They're going somewhere else, and they've found 12 incredible alternatives that deliver everything Vegas promised but can no longer provide. And the place topping our list, it's so perfectly ironic. It'll break every old-school Vegas lover's heart. Number 12, Laughlin, Nevada. Old Vegas on the water. Picture this. You're sitting at a blackjack table where the dealer actually wants you to win. She's been dealing here for 20 years, knows your kids' names, and just reminded you about the locals special at the steakhouse. Welcome to Laughlin, the riverside town that locals call Vegas before the greed. Just 90 miles south of Sin City, this Colorado River oasis is where the old Vegas crowd disappeared to. Walk through the Edgewater Casino on a Tuesday afternoon and you'll see them. Retired dealers from the Sands, cocktail waitresses who served Sinatra, pit bosses who remember when casinos cared more about loyalty than quarterly earnings. The difference hits you immediately. No maze of slot machines designed to trap you, no $30 parking fees hiding behind every corner. Just 11 casinos stretched along a riverwalk where the desert meets the water, and every single one offers what Vegas killed off, respect for the average gambler. Here's what really matters. That cocktail waitress bringing your free drink, she's not rushing through a corporate-mandated routine. The dealer at your $5 table, he'll actually teach you basic strategy without the eye in the sky getting nervous. Even the slot machines feel different. Older models that don't require a PhD to understand the bonus rounds. One retired Phoenix couple put it perfectly. We used to save all year for our Vegas trip. Now we come to Laughlin monthly and spend half as much for twice the fun. They're not alone. The parking lots are full of Arizona and California plates, people who discovered that the Colorado River preserved what the Strip destroyed. Number 11, Mesquite, Nevada, the quiet alternative. 80 miles northeast of Vegas, there's a town that most tourists will never find. No billboards on I-15 announcing its presence. No celebrity residencies or social media campaigns. Just a desert community of 20,000 people who've created the perfect anti-Vegas. And they'd prefer to keep it that way. Mesquite is where Vegas dealers go to gamble on their days off. Think about that for a second. The people who watch tourists lose fortunes every shift drive an hour into the desert to play where the games are still honest. They sit at Casablanca's poker room where everyone knows everyone, and bluffs become inside jokes that last for years. The Virgin River Casino embodies everything Mesquite represents. Walk in and you'll find carpets that haven't been updated since the 90s, cocktail servers who've worked there since opening day, and a buffet that costs less than a Vegas food court hot dog. This isn't neglect, it's intentional. They're not trying to impress anyone. They're too busy taking care of the regulars who've been coming for decades. But here's the secret Mesquite discovered. When you stop chasing tourists and focus on locals, something magical happens. The Utah retirees who cross the border weekly, the Vegas bartenders who bring their families for weekend golf, the California RV crowd who park for months, they all become ambassadors for a different kind of Nevada experience. One where the house edge doesn't extend to every aspect of your visit. Vegas feels like it's hunting you. One regular told me, while playing morning blackjack, Mesquite just feels like home with slot machines. Number 10, Reno, Nevada, the comeback city. For years, Reno was where Vegas sent its broken dreams to die. Old slot machines, fading neon, and a reputation as Nevada's forgotten child. But while everyone was writing its obituary, Reno was quietly engineering the comeback nobody saw coming. Walk through Midtown today, and you'll understand. Victorian houses converted into craft cocktail bars, Tesla engineers debating Bitcoin over locally roasted coffee, Street art that wasn't commissioned by a corporate committee, but painted by actual artists with something to say. This isn't trying to be Vegas. It's something Vegas could never become: genuine. The transformation goes deeper than hipster coffee shops. When the Gigafactory brought thousands of Bay Area tech workers, they didn't want Vegas flash. They wanted mountain access, reasonable housing, and casinos that didn't treat them like walking credit cards. Reno delivered all three. The Whitney Peak Hotel banned smoking entirely and added a climbing wall to its exterior. The Peppermill kept its legendary fireside lounge exactly as it was in 1971, complete with fruit bowls bigger than your head. Downtown casinos started hosting punk shows and art installations between the slot machines. Nobody asked permission from corporate headquarters in Vegas. They just did it. But what really separates Reno from its southern neighbor is the attitude. Bartenders don't hustle you for tips through fake friendliness. Dealers actually root for you to hit your hand. The city hosts Burning Man's decompression parties not because it's profitable, but because it's weird and wonderful. Vegas feels like it's performing for you, one former strip bartender told me. Reno just is what it is. Take it or leave it. Number 9. Palm Springs, California, the desert's upgrade. While Vegas was busy destroying its own soul with resort fees and paid parking, Palm Springs was perfecting something radical: luxury without the hustle. This desert oasis 2 hours from Los Angeles didn't need to compete with Vegas because it understood something the Strip forgot. Sometimes people want to feel rich without being treated like marks. Walk into the Ace Hotel and you'll get it immediately. Mid-century modern furniture that belongs in a museum. A pool scene that feels exclusive without velvet ropes. DJs who play actual music, not just drops and air horns. Nobody's trying to upsell you to a cabana. The cocktails cost real money, but they're made by bartenders who studied their craft, not actors waiting for their break. The Parker Palm Springs takes it further. While Vegas hotels calculate how many fees they can add before guests revolt, the Parker includes everything and then surprises you with more. Complimentary bikes, free yoga classes, a lemonade stand by the croquet lawn that nobody mentions until you discover it yourself. This isn't accidental. Palm Springs made a conscious choice. When Vegas zagged toward mass market exploitation, Palm Springs zigged toward intimate sophistication. The city preserved every significant piece of mid-century architecture, while Vegas demolished its history for parking garages. Hotels compete on aesthetics and ambiance, while Vegas properties compete on who can extract the most revenue per available room. The result speaks for itself. Creative directors and architects plan Palm Springs pilgrimages. Vegas gets bachelor parties who won't remember what happened. One city attracts tastemakers. The other processes tourists like a factory. But if you think these regional alternatives are impressive, wait until you see what's happening in cities that completely reimagined the Vegas formula. Because the next destination didn't just preserve what Vegas lost, it built something Vegas never even imagined possible. Number 8. Scottsdale, Arizona. The luxury swap. Scottsdale discovered something brilliant. You can deliver everything Vegas promises at its high-end properties, just without the desperation. The Phoenician Resort spreads across 250 acres at the base of Camelback Mountain, offering the same luxury as the Wynn, but with actual mountains instead of fake waterfalls. The difference? When you wake up at noon, you're not embarrassed about what happened last night. This is Vegas. For adults who've outgrown Vegas, the two Scottsdale pool parties have the same beautiful people and DJ sets as Vegas day clubs, but nobody's doing shots at 11 a.m. just to justify the cover charge. The nightlife at Maya and Bottled Blonde gets wild, but it shuts down at 2 a.m., like a city that respects tomorrow. Even the golf courses tell the story. While Vegas charges $500 for a round at Shadow Creek, Scottsdale's TPC gives you the same PGA-level experience for half the price. The transformation happened quietly. While Vegas was building taller towers and adding more fees, Scottsdale was attracting the people who used to drop serious money on the Strip. Investment bankers from New York, tech executives from Silicon Valley. They discovered they could have spa treatments without slot machine noise, bottle service without the bridge and tunnel crowd, and resort pools where people actually swim. We used to do Vegas twice a year, one Dallas executive told me at the Four Seasons pool. Now we come here. Same luxury, better people, and I don't hate myself on the flight home. The numbers back him up. Scottsdale's resort occupancy hits 85% at rates matching Vegas premium properties. But here's the kicker. Guest satisfaction scores run 20 points higher. Turns out people will pay luxury prices when they actually get luxury, not just the illusion of it. Number 7. Atlantic City, New Jersey. The underdogs return. Everyone wrote Atlantic City's obituary. Trump casinos bankrupt. The Revel imploded. Even HBO made a show about its corruption and decay. But while the world was watching AC die, something unexpected happened. The city remembered what made it great wasn't the buildings, it was the ocean. The Borgata started the resurrection. While Vegas was eliminating comps and tightening slots, Borgata doubled down on treating players like they mattered. Real room offers. Not insulting pay $200 and we'll waive the resort fee deals. The Ocean Casino followed, transforming the failed Revel into something Vegas forgot existed. A casino where regular people feel welcome. Then came the Hard Rock, Jim Allen's middle finger to Vegas corporatism. The same company that owns guitar-shaped hotels in Florida built something shocking in AC, a property that actually rocks. Live music every night, not DJ sets that cost your mortgage payment. Memorabilia that means something, not manufactured Instagram moments. But here's what really separates Atlantic City from Vegas: the boardwalk. While the Strip forces you through casino mazes to get anywhere, AC's boardwalk lets you walk for miles along the ocean, hopping between properties, or just breathing salt air. It's free, it's beautiful, and it reminds you there's a world beyond the casino floor. The economics are irresistible. Borgata rooms that would cost $400 at area go for $150. Parking that Vegas charges $30 for? Free if you're gambling, $5 if you're not. Even the restaurants make sense. Bobby Flay's burger costs the same as his Vegas location, but you can actually get a table. Vegas forgot it's supposed to be fun. One Borgata dealer told me during a slow Tuesday night. We never forgot because we almost died. When you've been that close to the end, you appreciate every player who walks through the door. Number 6. Nashville, Tennessee, the experience economy. Winner, Nashville pulled off the impossible. It stole Vegas's party crown without building a single casino. While the Strip was installing skill-based slot machines nobody wanted, Nashville was perfecting something Vegas abandoned: authentic entertainment that doesn't feel like a corporate spreadsheet. Broadway on a Saturday night makes the Vegas over. Strip looks sleepy. 3 stories of live music pour from every honky-tonk. No cover charges, no bottle service minimums, just tip the band and keep drinking. The rooftop bars overlooking the mayhem don't require reservations 6 weeks in advance. You just walk up, grab a drink, and watch bachelor parties collide with bachelorettes while actual musicians play actual music. The economics destroyed Vegas's model. Where a Vegas pool party costs $75 just to enter, Nashville's rooftop pools are free if you're drinking. Where Vegas charges $300 to see a washed-up 90s band, Nashville has songwriters who wrote those hits playing for tips at the listening room. Where Vegas built fake neighborhoods like the Link, Nashville has real neighborhoods like East Nashville, where locals actually live and drink. But Nashville's masterstroke was understanding what Vegas missed. People don't want to escape reality anymore. They want to enhance it. Every Vegas story ends with, "You wouldn't believe how much I lost." Every Nashville story ends with, "You wouldn't believe who I heard play." One city takes from you, the other gives you something. We stopped going to Vegas for bachelor parties 3 years ago. One group from Chicago told me at Jason Aldean's rooftop bar, "There, you're just another credit card. Here, you're part of the show." The proof is overwhelming. Nashville's tourism grew 45% while Vegas stagnated. Broadway generates more revenue per square foot than the Strip. And unlike Vegas, people actually come back sober and plan return trips. Number 5, Austin, Texas. The new What Happens Here city. Austin didn't set out to kill Vegas. It just built a better playground for the people Vegas stopped caring about. Millennials who want experiences, not expense reports. While Vegas was raising drink prices to $30, Austin was perfecting the $4 Lone Star and a shot of whiskey. While Vegas built day club pools nobody could afford, Austin kept Barton Springs natural and $3 to enter. 6th Street on a weekend, feels like what Vegas wishes Fremont Street could be. Chaos, absolutely, but organic chaos. The bars don't have themes designed by consultants. They have personalities developed over decades. The music isn't piped in from a corporate playlist. It's played by bands that might be famous tomorrow. The food trucks at 2 a.m. don't charge $25 for nachos. They charge $8 and actually fill you up. But Austin's real genius was understanding that spontaneity can't be programmed. Vegas tries to manufacture crazy with planned pub crawls and party buses. Austin just gives you cheap drinks, weird people, and lets chemistry handle the rest. The city's Keep Austin Weird motto isn't marketing. It's a philosophy that Vegas couldn't copy if it tried. The tech money transformed everything without ruining anything. Sure, cocktail bars now charge $14 for drinks made with herbs you can't pronounce, but dive bars still pour whiskey heavy, and nobody judges you for choosing either. Vegas forces you to pick a price point and stay there. Austin lets you start fancy and end trashy, or vice versa, without changing neighborhoods. Vegas feels like a casino with a city attached. One San Francisco tech worker explained during SXSW, Austin feels like a city that happens to party harder than anywhere else. The migration is real. Bachelor parties that automatically booked Vegas now debate Austin. Company offsites choose SXS over CES. The city that wasn't supposed to compete with Vegas is quietly eating its lunch. But we're only halfway through our countdown, and the alternatives keep getting bigger, bolder, and more unexpected. The next city didn't just compete with Vegas. It completely rewrote the rules of what a destination could be. Number 4, Miami, Florida, the hedonism heir. Miami accomplished what Vegas never could. It made excess feel natural instead of forced. While Vegas builds fake beaches next to desert pools, Miami has the actual ocean. While Vegas imports DJs for one-night residencies, Miami breeds them in Wynwood warehouses. The city doesn't need neon because it has something better. Sunrise over Biscayne Bay after dancing until dawn. South Beach on any given weekend embarrasses the Vegas Strip. The beautiful people aren't paid models hired to attract crowds. They actually chose to be there. The Ferraris and Lamborghinis growling down Ocean Drive aren't rentals for bachelor parties. Local dealers park them valet. The party at ELEV or E11 even doesn't feel corporate mandated. It feels like the city's natural rhythm. But Miami's real power move was rejecting Vegas's obsession with gambling as the main attraction. Sure, the Hard Rock Hollywood has slots, but nobody flies to Miami to pull handles. They come for the energy that Vegas tries so hard to manufacture. Art Basel turned the city into a cultural heavyweight. Ultra Music Festival makes EDC look amateur. Even the food scene, powered by actual Latin American cuisine instead of celebrity chef franchises, puts Vegas to shame. The economics tell the story. While Vegas nickel and dimes visitors with resort fees, Miami just charges what things actually cost. Ocean view rooms at the Edition or Faena command $600 a night, but they include an actual ocean. Bottle service at Miami clubs costs the same fortune as Vegas. But you're partying with locals who'll be there next weekend, not tourists you'll never see again. Vegas is where you go to pretend to be someone else. A New York nightlife veteran told me at Soho Beach House, Miami is where you go to be the best version of yourself. Number 3, Macau, China, the global casino capital. While Vegas was busy installing parking meters and cutting free drinks, Macau was counting money, 7 times more money than Vegas, to be exact. The Chinese territory's monthly gaming revenue equals Vegas's entire quarter. But here's what should terrify Nevada. Macau treats high rollers the way Vegas used to, back when the city understood that keeping whales happy was more important than quarterly earnings. Walk into the Venetian Macau, and you'll find something Vegas killed: genuine VIP treatment. We're not talking about shorter lines or suite upgrades. We're talking about private gaming salons with personal dealers, unlimited credit lines, and junket operators who handle everything from your flight to your favorite brand of cigarettes. While Vegas scrutinizes every comp, Macau's casinos fight to give more away. The contrast is stark. Vegas's Venetian charges for parking and adds resort fees. Macau's Venetian, literally the largest casino building on Earth, sends Rolls Royces to pick up players betting what Americans consider middle-class money. Vegas eliminated most 3.2 blackjack tables. Macau's minimum tables still respect traditional odds because they understand that greedy rules eventually kill the game. But Macau's real advantage isn't just money, it's attitude. The city respects gambling as the main event, not a side attraction to overpriced shows and restaurants. The dealers are professionals who trained for years, not actors between gigs. The pit bosses have authority to make real decisions, not corporate scripts to follow. In Vegas, I feel like they're doing me a favor by taking my money, one Hong Kong businessman explained over Baccarat. In Macau, they appreciate that I chose them over the casino next door. The numbers don't lie. While Vegas struggles to match pre-pandemic levels, Macau's recovery trajectory points straight up. The gamblers haven't disappeared. They just found a city that still values them. Number 2, Dubai, UAE, the Vegas of the future. Dubai looked at Vegas and decided to build what it should have become, a desert city where impossible is just Tuesday. While Vegas built a fake Eiffel Tower, Dubai built the Burj Khalifa, so tall it has its own weather. While Vegas imported Venice's canals, Dubai created Palm Islands visible from space. Vegas has shows. Dubai has a ski slope and a mall in the desert. The Atlantis Palm alone embarrasses anything on the Strip. An underwater suite where sharks swim past your bed. Restaurants by chefs who didn't sell out to corporate contracts. Beach clubs that make Vegas pools look like public recreation centers. And here's the killer. When gaming inevitably arrives, and everyone knows it will, Dubai won't just compete with Vegas. It will bury it. The infrastructure is already there. The Burj Al Arab doesn't need casino revenue. It charges $2,000 a night because it can. The Dubai Mall gets more visitors than all of Vegas combined. The airport handles more international traffic than McCarran ever dreamed of. When the cards and dice finally arrive, they'll be accessories to an experience Vegas couldn't build with unlimited money. But Dubai's masterstroke is understanding luxury in ways Vegas forgot. Real gold in the elevators. Not brass that looks golden. Actual service, not scripts. When you order room service at the Four Seasons Dubai, it arrives on China, not under plastic domes. The city understands that true luxury is in details Vegas considers wasteful. Vegas feels like it's from the past's idea of the future. And British executive told me at Zuma restaurant, Dubai feels like it's from the actual future. The comparison is devastating. Vegas brags about its fountain show at Bellagio. Dubai's fountain show is bigger and free. Vegas has one legitimate observation wheel. Dubai's is taller. Vegas promises what happens there stays there. Dubai promises what happens there hasn't happened anywhere else. Number 1, Lake Tahoe, Nevada, California, where magic still lives. Here's the perfect irony. The place that best captures what Vegas used to be sits just 7 hours north, in the same state Vegas calls home. Lake Tahoe didn't set out to be the anti-Vegas. It just never forgot why people came to Nevada in the first place. Freedom, beauty, and the chance that tonight might change everything. Stand in Harvey's casino at midnight and you'll understand. Outside the windows, moonlight reflects off America's most beautiful alpine lake. The dealers joke with players because they're not being monitored for excessive friendliness. The cocktail waitress brings your drink without checking if you've gambled enough in the last hour. The whole place feels like what Vegas was, before NBA spreadsheets replaced gut instinct. But Tahoe's magic goes deeper than nostalgic casino vibes. In winter, you can ski heavenly in the morning and play poker at night. In summer, you can kayak crystal clear waters at sunset and hit the craps table by moonlight. The outdoors isn't manufactured like Vegas's fake rocks around pools. It's real wilderness that reminds you Nevada was beautiful before humans arrived. The locals tell the story. Every Vegas dealer has a Tahoe story about the weekend that reminded them why they got into gaming. Every strip bartender knows someone who quit the grind and moved to Tahoe for half the money and twice the life. They work at small casinos like the Biltmore or Crystal Bay Club, places where regulars become family and nobody's checking revenue per available foot. Vegas extracts from you, a former Caesars executive told me while dealing at a Tahoe card room. Tahoe gives to you the lake, the mountains, the air you can actually breathe. Even losing money here feels better because you're not being hustled. The economics make no sense by Vegas standards. Tahoe casinos could charge resort fees but don't. They could install 6-5 blackjack but won't. They could chase convention business and corporate events but prefer keeping it small. It's everything Vegas was before the city decided that more was always better. That's why Tahoe is number one. Not because it's the biggest, or the richest, or the most exciting, but because it's the only place left that understands what Vegas forgot. The house always wins. But that doesn't mean the players have to lose their souls in the process.